Who are we?
Nobody's!
Speak for yourself.
Okay. We're Canadian filmmakers with the dream of surviving financially on the backs of our films.
Welcome to our show where we bring people along on our film journey.
Maybe we can learn a thing or two.
Maybe we can teach people a thing or two while drinking beers.
I mean, if you can't drink beers while filmmaking, what's the point?
We are Fable Forest Films, failing our way to success.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. I mean, our show. First frames first.
Hello,
Good morning.
and welcome to episode
44.
Thank you, Derek. 4 of First Frames First. This is an interesting episode because
It's a special one.
It's a special one because Jason Green has strep throat.
He has fallen ill.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you allow men to put things in your mouth.
I feel for him. Like, have you ever had strep?
No. Is it bad?
I haven't either, but I've been told, like swallowing glass. Very, very painful. So not a good thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor Jason.
I know.
Yeah, so Derek has kindly volunteered to step in for Jason. And
Kindly.
I don't know, the IQ of the show just went up by like 4 points or something. 40 points.
40 points.
And you can tell just
Yes,
because we're drinking wine.
we've decided to do wine this evening. Cheers.
Cheers. This is
It's quite lovely.
It's good. It's got a strong body.
Mm-hmm.
It's potent. This ain't nothing. It's a 2016 Shiraz called the Lackey. It's Australian, I believe. Yeah, from South Australia. There you go.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it.
All right. So, in this episode, Derek,
Yes.
I was thinking about what we were going to talk about, and one of the things that I think we can both we've both experienced is dream fatigue. That's where you are hunting and chasing this dream. You have this thing that you would like to accomplish, and it's the road. You suddenly realize that the road is a lot longer than you ever anticipated.
Like six-pack abs.
Like 6-pack abs long. It's not.
Because A&W keeps getting in the way every time. It's
Totally.
no good.
Totally. You, just like there's road humps. So there's bumps wherever you turn. You seem to like things slow you down, or I don't know. And maybe there. I'm sure there is the special kind of individual who can really just knock it out the park.
Oh, sure.
But for the rest of us, what do you like? How do you deal with that fatigue that you experience when you're chasing your dreams?
Well, like you said, there's the odd individual that just, can make things happen. But I think the majority are in the situation where you have your ups, you have your downs, and you get tired. Exactly what you're saying. I started my interest with acting in my late teens. Started doing some extra stuff, some background work, but started getting bit parts from that, and meeting different people in the industry, and started to get recognized when I was on different sets. And hey, remember you from this, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I started getting excited, thinking, "This is where I'm going, people.
It's happening.
This is going to happen."
Guys, yeah.
And then things get quiet for a little while, and you're not doing what you thought you were doing, and there's more no's coming than yeses at the auditions, and then you have your business partner, my father at the time, saying, you need to make a decision here. You're getting older. You have bills to pay. You can either continue working the business with me or chasing that dream that is currently not paying any bills. So make a choice.
Yeah. And now we're talking specifically about... Now, I suppose you can relate this kind of feeling to any endeavor, chasing any dreams. But I will say the thing that sort of sets the arts apart from anything else is that turning it into into something that actually earns an income, that is the huge challenge.
Absolutely.
That is the thing to overcome when you're talking about the arts. For people who are starting a business or something like that, like, I don't know, it feels like it's different,
Yeah, the thing with me is that I was doing both.
Yeah.
Trying to build a business with my father,
Yeah.
and trying to become an actor, somebody that would be known. And it just wasn't. Both were not able to happen.
Now, let me ask you something as an actor. How important is it that people know who you are?
That's interesting.
Yeah, because and I'll just put it to you this way. I have heard some actors say, "I want to be a household name." Mm-hmm. That's their dream. Their dream. That's where they're coming from. That's the fuel to their fire. Whereas some people, they just want to do the job. They just want to do the work, right? They just
love the passion of what you do.
Of what you do, actually stepping into the role and, you know.
I have to say, probably for me, it's probably an even split in there. Mm-hmm. I love the work. I love the developing of a character. I love becoming something. Mm-hmm. Just becoming. Mm-hmm. But what really excited me about acting when I was younger was I would leave a movie or watch a show or whatever, and when a character on there that I admired brought out an emotion in me, mm-hmm. I wanted to do the same. Mm. I wanted to make somebody cry. I want to make somebody pissed off. Mm-hmm. I want to make somebody hate me. I want to make somebody love me. Mm-hmm. The character, right? That's what I wanted.
There is a power in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the admiration you have for the person who did that to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, when somebody makes you cry, you kind of look at that like, you know, bravo.
Yeah, you got that out of me.
Good job.
Yeah. And now, I mean, totally, and that is a team effort. You're seeing, I mean, that's from my point of view. Like, the writer has written the words.
Beautiful words, and then
the cinematography, the actors made it happen, the camera's got to be just right. The story has built you up to that point where, anyway.
All of it.
We're getting off track here. You were talking about actors, and I was bringing in the director side of things.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Don't forget, there's another guy there, bitch. No, so
the tired part of it.
Yeah, the tired part of it, because I will say that it's exhausting. Mm-hmm. It's exhausting when you put everything you have into a project. Like, you're like, all right, I'm going to make a movie.
Yeah. And
then you leave it all on the table, and it's kind of tepid. It's not like a raging inferno of, you know, this was amazing. Mm-hmm. It's there, and you did it, and you need to grow from that. You realize, as while you're in the middle of doing it, 3/4 of the way through, you realize, oh, this is a growth step for me. Like, I'm doing this in order to do the next thing. This will probably not be the space rocket that I was hoping it would be for my career. This is just another step in the road as I slowly edge my way to the top of this hill. Rather than, I don't know, you expect a firework to shoot you up into the sky.
Would be nice.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So this is my question.
We personally had those moments where we thought, you know, something's going to happen here. This is incredible. We're doing something wonderful right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, then not to say it's been, you know, a smack in our face, like, well, not so much. But it just, things have not necessarily just gone up that level we're looking for as of yet.
And the speed
and the speed at which it happens.
Like, it does go up, but it doesn't seem to go up. You're like, well, the next movie, we did this one for 10 grand. Hopefully the next one we'll get 100 grand. And you're like, well, the next one we're at 15.
Yeah.
It's like, how many stairs are there?
To 0. Why is that so difficult? One more freaking 0.
Just come on, people, help a brother out. So now, as you have traveled a longer road than I have.
Yeah, I chased that dream.
What I'm saying is, you're old.
Oh, what a dick. Hey, I didn't even fall. I didn't even see that one. And he does this often to me.
Yeah. It's the only thing I can tease you about.
Because you think there'd be love there, but
I'm pretty sure I'm just about to be fatter than you.
Fatter? Meaning I'm fat?
No.
What the hell? I'm old and fat. You going to mention the lack of hair now too?
I can't,
jackass?
I can't. I went to the hairdresser recently. We had photos on Saturday, family photos. And I said to the lady, just a 3 around the sides. And then you can just, if there's any scragglers on top you want to clean. And she turned me around at the end. She was like, yeah, how do the sides look? I didn't touch the top. I was like, cool, thanks very much. That's amazing. And then when I got home, I noticed that there is a solid bald spot. Can you see the hole?
Yeah.
Where there is 0 hair now. Yeah.
That's okay.
Well,
just keep upright. You know, don't do this. and everything's fine.
Just never look down my whole life.
Chin up. Chin up, you're good.
Chin up, lad. Okay, so talk to me about, so this has been a longer road for you. So talk to me about some of the ups and downs that you've had with regards to like, when you were down, what got you through those down periods?
Life, right?
Cool.
I mean, it's acting for some, or pursuing the arts in any way, shape, or form for some is everything and the only thing. And then for others, probably I think a majority of people, life is also having to be there. I love my family. I adore my friends. You know,
You have like more friends than anyone on the planet.
I love people, and I get along with a lot of people, and so I think those moments of where, you know, dreams weren't happening, I was still managing to try and make that go away with life. You know, my relationship, the girls, you know, children in my life. Those stepping stones took me to newer, wonderful places I didn't even think I was going to have for the longest time. You know, many years were spent just kind of single, having fun, and not really knowing what I'm doing with myself. Depression of sorts.
Yeah.
Because I'm not following dreams. I'm just being.
Well, this is the thing. This is a part of it. Becoming depressed because you feel like you're not fulfilling your potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, not for nothing, but.
And I would mask that with humor.
Right. So you were a funny man. You were the typical clown.
Yeah.
You're crying on the inside.
Exactly.
Oi.
Yeah. And I had troubles with that even in high school. Like, there would be days where, you know, can I not be human? Like, can I have an off day? And I'd come into school on one of those off days, and I'd have friends like, you know, what's up, man? Why aren't you making me laugh? Come on. What's going on? What? Like, you know, I'd like you to kindly F off right now. You know, I'm having a me day.
Yeah.
I don't need to be on right now.
Wow.
But it came to the point where if I wasn't being that person, that would happen. So
like people would be like, what's up?
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you don't want to talk about what's up. You know, so instead of projecting
you just
that,
want to sit by yourself.
Yeah, instead of projecting that, I just was able to develop sides of me. When I was with these friends, I could be that person. When I was with these friends, they'd expect me to be that person. When I was with family, they'd expect me to be that person. So I had many sides of me, which I guess kind of helped me develop acting.
That's
you,
exactly
you
what
have
it is.
many personalities.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things I
Holy smoke.
dealt with throughout my life. Yeah.
Intense.
Right?
Derek, I didn't know nothing.
Wine.
I didn't know nothing about this.
No.
It is supremely healthy, I think, to have solo time. You have to have solo time.
You do have to have you time.
Yeah. And yeah, that's awesome, Derek. It's awesome that you can see that.
Well, and then I feel other people's pain when you see things like Robin Williams, right? Very famous comedian who is hurting on the inside.
Now, I always felt like whenever he had to play a role where he had to bring the pain to the surface, it was so real that now you're like, oh, that was real.
There's where the pain was. Yeah.
You could just tell the hurt. You could see the hurt. You could see the loneliness, and it was in character, but it was so spot on and so believable that it makes me think, at any rate, that it was absolutely real.
Very well could have been. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, even one of his first comedy specials, stand-up comedy specials that he ever did, at the end of the comedy special, he's made everyone laugh for a couple of hours. And then there's this little bit that he does where he talks to himself. They kind of split the screen, and it's him talking to his dad, but it's him talking to himself. And it's deeply personal and deeply emotional, and not at all like hilarious funny. It's kind of awkward and sad. And that's probably where he really was, you know. So so you struggled with some depression and things like that when you felt like you weren't doing what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that Hitler was an artist who was turned away. He was. All he wanted to do was draw little pictures. And he got given the boot, he got given the finger, told to F off, and he went and killed everyone. Well, this is what I'm saying. Like a disgruntled artist,
Right.
someone who doesn't have can't release their expression, you could become a...
That was the real simplified Cole's Notes version of the whole Hitler life, right? Like,
Totally.
So,
it's just
so
my
here's,
take on it.
here's what happened.
It's my take on it.
Yeah.
It's totally my take on something that drove him to such hate
Yeah.
and to such desire to destroy things. It was born out of a need to be accepted.
Did a damn good job of it, though, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But, so I'll just... And the reason that I thought about this is because I have gone through periods of fatigue with making the movies, you know. So we're cracking on. A movie is a huge endeavor.
Yes.
It's big. It takes a really long time to write the script. It takes a long time to cast and then shoot, and a really long time to edit, and then the post-production is just massive. And then you end up with something, usually the first...
Which most people don't realize.
Yeah.
Just how much work is involved.
And you end up, your first edit that you ever look at, you end up, you're like, what am I doing? It looks so garbage because you haven't gone in and fixed things. But you really do struggle because you're like, oh. Especially, you shoot a scene, you think a scene's going to go a certain way, and it doesn't quite pan out the way that you thought it was going to pan out. And these are creative decisions that you made on the day that it doesn't really work. You think it doesn't work. And that's where you want to reshoot things, and it's...
I remember even in past projects when you would come to me and say, look, I want you to watch a few scenes. I don't know what I feel right now. I've looked at them so many times doing this editing process and stuff. I don't know if it's funny. I don't know if it sucks. I need you to watch it.
I can't tell anymore. Yeah.
You know, and I would watch it, give you my take on it. And you're like, okay, good.
Yeah.
So it's not ass. All right,
Yeah,
good.
it's not
Because
terrible.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because you can't separate the forest from the trees. It all looks like this mass of things that you've seen so many times that you're just used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think one of the things that I've learned now about getting through tough times when you're endeavoring to do something is to schedule a little bit a day.
You were saying. Yeah.
Well, I think it is hugely, hugely valuable.
You now dedicate a period of time every single day
Yeah.
to your art.
Yes. 30 minutes every single day.
At a minimum.
At a minimum.
Yeah.
You can go over that, but every single day for 30 minutes you gotta pursue your thing. Do your thing. And the thing is that that little half hour every single day adds up. Whether from my perspective, whether you're screenwriting, whether you're editing, whether you're coloring or doing compositing or whatever you're doing, you just plug away at it for 30 minutes every day. And there will be full days that you do, and you will miss days that you would need to catch up. So right now, like tomorrow, I will need to do an hour because I need to catch up for 3 or 4 days ago. I missed a day. And so I'll need to catch up that half hour. So tomorrow, I'll make sure and get an hour in. But it's sort of like it removes the emotion from your journey, your endeavor.
So this is helping you with your exhaustion?
Fatigue.
Your fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it did with writing too. Like
That's
with
good.
writing,
This is really nice wine. Sorry.
good,
I
no?
enjoy it.
Suck that back. With writing, it was the same thing. Like there are many, many people who can't get to the end of a script because it's a very difficult thing to get to do, except if you just write half an hour a day. If you write half an hour a day and you make sure to stick to that, eventually you'll get to the end.
And really, take it to example of anything you do in your life that is something you like to do, but you say you don't have time to do.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely have,
You have
the time to do
Yeah.
it.
You can't,
You know,
that excuse doesn't fly.
Exercising, whatever. You know, while you're sitting there on the couch, you could be doing something else. While you're flipping through Facebook or whatever for an hour on your phone, you could be doing something else. While you're having a nap, you could be doing something else. There's always that time.
Yep.
Because everybody takes time to do something, not necessarily what they want to do or think they should be doing. It's just what seems to happen at that time, and this is a huge one.
Yeah, the phone. Man,
Takes away so much time.
Dude.
Valuable time. Just simply zipping through thinking, oh, what are other people up to? What are people in the world doing that I don't even know? Never met in my life. But for some reason, I need to know what they went and did today.
yeah, I don't know.
It baffles me.
Let me tell you, it's like a black hole, though. Like you climb in to social media, and you will sink.
Yeah.
Down you go.
An hour can be gone.
This is
just
the
like
thing.
that.
I'll
in a blink.
I'll sit down in the evening. I'm like, I'm going to watch TV for an hour before bed. Now, I have 2 small children, so if I get an hour to watch a TV show, I'm like, this is good.
gold.
This is amazing.
I'm not even going to blink.
And then if I open a Facebook or an Instagram, I'm not really a big Twitter guy, but like if I open those and I start scrolling, boom, I got to go to bed. Like my time will just go. The hour will be gone, and I'll have to go to bed. So it's totally a black hole.
It is.
And I mean, you could be doing something creative, or you could be doing something that you should be doing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some people choose that is their thing. That's what they want to do with their time.
Totally fine.
And maybe their career or whatever they do in life means they don't have time for that until they have that moment to sit down.
Yeah,
and this
man.
is what they wait to do.
Yeah.
And if
That's
that's
their
the
release.
case, then
That's their release.
good for them. Yeah, absolutely. At least you're doing that then, and it's used in that aspect.
Yeah.
But for those that say, I don't have time for anything, you have time.
The busiest people, like who we were talking to this lady who was a top CEO of an insurance company out of Toronto, and Sharon Ludlow, and she was talking to us about Sharon. Is that from a movie?
That's Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, okay. And random TV, but
CEO.
she was telling us how she worked for so many years of her life for 100 hours a week, and she would still find the time to run. She would still find the time to be with her family. Oh, look, I'm paraphrasing here, but she still found the time to do stuff, right? And the busiest people in the world, they will find time. Like, if you want to get something done, you give it to a really busy person, because they'll slot it in and they'll get it done. Other people will be like,
I know a few people like that.
Yeah, other people are like, I don't have time, and it's just not true.
Yeah, and often those people that are that busy, that driven to get things done, whatnot, are very successful people.
Usually they are.
It just kind of comes with that desire.
Yeah.
If you're a go-getter, you're gonna go and get.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
So, what about the rest of us who maybe aren't go-getters? What do we do?
Well, you still do what you do, but if you, like my dad said to me years ago, he says, you always talk about these fancy cars and stuff like that you want. He says, well, your old man, he works for the post office. If you want a Ferrari, don't work for the post office. Have a bigger platform, a bigger dream, a bigger goal. Mm-hmm. You got to chase that. It's not going to come from just working. Mm-hmm. You got to work hard for something like that.
Oh yeah,
right.
Really hard.
That was his example. I currently don't have a Ferrari.
Totally.
But, I have friends who have that level in their life. Yeah. But they work hard.
Absolutely. And what I will say is even people that don't get the Ferrari, that maybe just have a car the same that you have, but they maybe have a bigger house or whatever, they also work really, really hard.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not only the people at the top who are working hard.
I shouldn't say that those that there's levels of working hard.
Yeah, man.
Like the lack of respect that people don't get or do get a lack of respect for hard jobs. We need people to work in our factories. We need those people to serve us coffee. We need those people to serve us food. And some people don't even think of that as, that's not a really important or a bigger job, but you're the first person to bitch when you're at a restaurant and you get crappy service, right? But if you get good service, you want to tip that person wonderfully. And they're doing a good job at what they do. They may not have a Ferrari, but they're doing a damn good job and they work hard at what they do to provide the life that they have, which in their mind may be exactly what they wanted.
Totally.
And that's good. There's
Now-
nothing wrong with that.
Now, from my perspective, and in my mind, when I said working hard, I was thinking about business owners and how running your own business is not really 9 to 5. It's like 24 hours a day.
Oh God, it never stops.
Yeah, it's like it's not the same as getting a job and getting a paycheck every month. And these guys who run their own businesses, and they are some of the hardest working people around, and they might not get the reward, the level of reward, because their success depends on the business and how well the business does.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases too, like even myself, if I take a sick day, I don't get paid. Plain and simple. If I'm not at work, I'm not making money.
Yeah, totally.
And a lot with other business owner friends that I have as well are the same thing. And like you said, those hours of the day do not matter. If it's 9 o'clock at night and you need to make a phone call to sort something out for your business, that's what you do.
Yeah, man.
You just do what you have to do.
Yeah, man.
But
All right.
damn it, I would like that Ferrari.
Yes. I would not. I don't care. I don't. I just want a nice car.
Well, yeah. The Ferrari is a metaphor for a dream car of
Dream
sorts.
car?
It's not necessarily a Ferrari.
No, I just want a normal car.
It'd be nice to have a mean set of wheels. Maybe it's because of my age, going through that midlife crisis. I need a real fancy car.
I need a car, man. Come on, give me something with speed. All right, give me a second. Let me go sort out a crying baby.
Uh-oh.
So, just to recap, from my perspective, and really the advice that we've been giving people, or the advice that what we've been talking about, are really artistic endeavors that are not your primary source of income.
Yeah.
So these are things that you're kind of pursuing on the side. You're hoping that it will become a primary source of income, but that's not the case yet. So I would say, while I'm giving my summation, if you just think about what your advice would be to someone who was doing that from your perspective. But from my perspective, it is do a little bit every day, and make sure that little bit you do every day is a must. You have to do it. It's that important. It is more important than other things that'll take up your time, right? And that for me is how you can get through the tough times when you're not feeling full of energy, when you're not feeling like you could run to the top of the mountain and drag the whole project with you, when you're just putting one foot in front of the other. And I think that's one way of making sure that you keep actually putting one foot in front of the other, because I think if you stop, then you'll get into trouble. To restart that process again, to restart the momentum, I think requires more energy than you anticipate.
With so many things.
With so many things, yeah.
Like exercising.
Like exercising.
When I hurt my knee,
Oh.
I was almost, 6 to 8 months without doing anything that I loved to do anymore as far as physical activity.
That's right.
And then it just got so easy to not.
To eat a bag of chips.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man,
and
they're so delicious.
Now I'm back into it, and I am loving it every day.
Loving the exercise.
Yes, absolutely.
How long do you need to do exercise before it starts to show?
Depends on what you're aiming for. But apparently you're looking at me thinking you don't look any different, like an asshole again.
Damn it. I was trying not to smile. I was
Such a dick.
I was setting you up. I was like, he's going to do it.
I actually consider him a friend. I do. It's crazy. But no.
So if you had to give some advice.
Yeah. I have to say, for the acting world, if I'm going to go from that point of view, what does it for me is, I may not dedicate a certain time every day to that. I'm always thinking about it. I'm always daydreaming when I see something or get lifted by something and want to, I'd love to do something like that. So I'm always thinking about it. But the biggest thing I think that people make mistakes with during the period of maybe not doing something and then starting again is letting fear get in the way. If something makes you nervous, or you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. And they don't. That was your mistake.
Oh.
Right?
So that fear is an indicator that you should probably
Absolutely.
jump out of the airplane.
Yes. You know, if you've never jumped out of an airplane, I say do it. I've done it. And it scared the absolute shit out of me.
Like literally?
Literally. Man.
Oh, like literally.
I might have had a bit of boom boom in my pants.
Little poos.
Dude, that door on the plane opens up and you
Yeah.
can't hear anything and the air is just blowing like crazy and you're looking out and seeing 4,000 to 5,000 feet down and thinking, what the hell am I doing? I'm about to step out on this wing and release myself into the air and trust some dude who packed my chute that I'm going to live. It's absolute insanity. But did it several times. Actually found a passion for it for a while. And then my mother asked my brother and I to stop so she wouldn't lose her children. So we stopped. And, you know, it's one of those things, right? Chase your fears. If you go out, if something makes you nervous, I tell the girls too, when they're doing something, it's like, oh my God, I was so nervous about this or whatever. It's like, good. You want to be nervous before a race. You want to be nervous before you go on to do your solo.
Because then you live
in a dance. Yes.
Yeah.
You're not nervous. You're probably not ready.
Or yeah,
No, there should be.
It's not important enough to you. Maybe.
Yeah. There should be that level of nerves there that's making you go, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. And then once you start doing it, you realize I'm where I'm supposed to be right now.
Oh, okay.
And that's a fantastic feeling.
All right. I'm going to take that advice, Derek,
love
because there's stuff that makes me nervous that I do not do.
Yeah.
One thing in particular with regards to filmmaking is I get really nervous if I have to go and talk about my projects with other filmmakers. Or I have to take Shifted and I have to sell Shifted at a film market. So head into TIFF, go to AFM, which is happening, this week, and you go and talk about your movie and really try and sell your movie. That terrifies the shit out of me. Also literally.
Yeah. But you'd be the first person that wants to also be there and listen to other people talk about their films.
Oh, yeah.
So they want to hear about yours.
Yeah, I know. It really does make me scared, but I know it's a necessary.
Because you want that acceptance.
Yeah,
I guess to
fear
a
of
level.
rejection,
Yeah,
I suppose.
yeah, fear of somebody going, nice idea, loser.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't because they're your peers. They're in the same world as you, and
Well, they're buying movies. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take that advice, Derek. I'm going to take that advice. I'm going to be brave.
well,
Son of a gun.
sometimes you see stuff and you think, and you see other stuff and you think, holy shit.
Yeah.
Can I get to that level?
Can I get to that level? Can I get a what?
Yeah.
Now, talking about levels,
Yes.
we recently did a little boys trip.
Yes.
Jason will be super mad that he wasn't here to talk about this
This is
trip.
true.
Even though this is when the strep throat was kicking in and he really muscled through.
He was trying to get us sick.
Up to his
I mean,
gills.
I only kissed him for a few minutes.
Spooning.
And then realized,
you don't get strep throat from spooning. Especially if you're the front spoon. He was up to his gills medicated and he pushed through. But one of our short films, My Huntsville Muse, made it into a film festival up in the Muskokas, which is the Lake District in Ontario.
Yes, beautiful place.
Beautiful, beautiful place. So we went up there, the three of us, did a little guys trip, hopped in the car.
Very
drove
quiet
up.
town this time of year.
Yeah, very quiet, not in the post summer bliss.
Yes.
And we went to the festival, and we had a
good.
great time. It was
Yeah.
good fun. So
It was actually more. Oh, no, it was a short film festival. So, a first for me. So I didn't realize we sat through film after film after film after film.
it was a lot longer than I expected.
The gentleman
actually.
running the show would come up and say, "Okay, now our next one is this," and I'm thinking, already been like 2.5 hours. What's going on here?
We left
Yeah.
halfway through this evening. They are going to be running another evening, but in the evening that we were there, we left to go and eat dinner because everything was going to close. We needed to eat, so it was that long. I think we started at 6. We went to eat dinner at about 9,
Yeah,
9:30.
8:30 he had a break.
Yeah.
And we realized things are going to close by 9:30,
Yeah.
so we need to go have something to eat.
And we must have been done by 10:30, 11.
It was like 11. Yeah, we came back an hour or so later and saw the last one, which was about 45 minutes long.
That was a long, short
It was
film.
a long short film, yeah. But
It was a long...
yeah, the gentleman... Oh, very long short film.
So, Derek,
Yes.
tell us about the levels and your experience of watching, being at your first short film festival. What you saw, yeah. Tell us about your experience.
Well, we got to see many different things. We saw animated.
That was a fantastic animated.
It
short
was
film.
great.
Yeah,
We saw stuff shot on iPhones.
yeah. There was an iPhone short film.
We saw stuff that clearly was not shot on iPhones and came with a strong budget. That
was a
the
huge-
French one with the subtitles and all that jazz.
That wasn't the big budget one. The musical was the big budget one. in
That's
my
what I was
opinion.
meaning. Wasn't that one?
Yeah.
No.
The
okay,
French
sorry.
one
The French one
was
was the two at
the
the bar.
cafe, yeah.
Right. Sorry. But yeah, the musical one. Wow.
Yeah, another level.
Yeah,
absolutely
it was
another
crazy.
level.
We the three of us all looked at each other, kind of like, what did we just watch?
Yeah, it was absolutely top production value.
Yeah, and it was a winner in the short film festival.
So it
we
was,
got to see a handful of what were the winners
Yeah.
of the festival, which was nice.
That's
too.
right. So, which was not us, because we were up against the musical.
Unfortunately not, but yeah.
So it was basically two couples, and they were playing bridge, and it was a musical, and they were kind of operatic in the way that they would sing.
Yeah.
And it was going into the minds of each of these players, and
Which were all in one way or another kind of flirting with each other too. The two couples were,
yeah, there was definitely some
and
intermingling.
on a daily basis they would get together to
And
play
play
this
bridge.
game of bridge,
Yeah,
which is a little odd, but
yeah. The last guy was very sad that he was going to be wasting his life, and he wasn't super mega wealthy. But it was all sung. It was all. I mean, I don't. Who knows what the budget really is? But it was the highest level. It felt to me like they could do anything they wanted, and they made happen exactly what they wanted to make happen.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
there was a consistency to the filming, the style of filming.
Yeah.
It was done throughout, very well done, very well lit. The set was incredible.
wardrobe was spot on because it was a period piece.
Yes, and the actors, both male female, were beautiful people as well.
They were
they
sexy.
casted well. It just made you were drawn into it the whole time. To be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the operatic part of it, although I do enjoy opera, different levels. But for me, I'm not a big musical fan, but I
So when
sat there
people-
and I watched it and I enjoyed it
Yeah, and so the
for
transitions,
all the other reasons as well.
the transitions were fantastic. Like the person would be sitting there at the table, and then all of a sudden the background would go black, and the set would change all of a sudden behind them, and then hands would come out of the black and grab on their coat. You know what I mean? It was these kinds of smooth transitions that really made the film special.
Yeah, it gave it its wow factor for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that's actually where the magic in that film really was. I would also say the singing was difficult because you couldn't really, you struggled to hear what they were saying from time to time. But
Could have used some subtitles.
Go use some subbies.
Subbies.
So listen, what about some of the films that fell short? What were some of the mistakes that you should? Some of the short films where you were like,
I think we were collectively kind of feeling the same way. Sometimes it was just shots that were unnecessary or too long.
or a whole scene that was
A whole scene was,
in a short film.
what are you doing? This could have ended or taken place in about a 30-second period, not a 3 to 4 minute period.
Yeah.
And when you're doing a short, don't mess with 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, man, cut it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't waste our time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those were painful moments of certain films,
And certainly, we're giving you our time here. So tell your story and make sure that it's the important stuff.
And to some, I wonder if it's a level of, not being too versed in making films, maybe being new at it or something, where they're like, I got to try and get as much in here as I can. I want to show as much as I can. I want to do as much as I can, but still it's a short.
Yes,
So,
it's people who are wishing they were making something longer.
making something more. Yeah.
And I would say that it also comes down to the writing, because the thing is that you only keep in the film that the necessary stuff, the stuff that is important to the story that you're actually trying to tell.
Right.
And what people don't realize often is that this little piece of dialogue, or this little scene, or this little interaction, it actually has nothing to do with the movie.
And should have ended up on the editing floor.
Well, not even on the editing floor. It shouldn't even have made it in the script.
Right.
Just like, so it's right from the script stage. Those kinds of things need to be whittled down.
Yeah, but sometimes, maybe you need that filler in there.
Yeah, okay, but
in order to maybe
you need to
decide later. Okay, yeah, we didn't need that.
Maybe later on.
Yeah. I don't know.
You want to do it.
Yeah. But other than that, I think on a whole, we enjoyed most of what we saw.
Totally. Where do you think we ranked? How do you think we did? When you watched everybody else's project, you watched this whole gamut of short films.
Right.
Where do you think the quality of our short film was?
I think we were up there as far as a cinematographic, like the cinematographic nature of the thing. It was nice to look at.
It was a good looking piece.
Yeah, I've thought that from the get go when you made it. Like when we went to our location, stunning.
Yeah,
right,
gorgeous.
The setup of the two characters in that room was beautiful. So from that perspective, I think people watch it because this is pretty.
Yeah.
Whether it appeals to them or not, don't know. We got a wonderful compliment, which surprised the crap out of you from the gentleman who put on the festival, that he had recognized that the costuming was from different time periods.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you tried to do with the movie.
Yeah, shout out to Walter Siddiqui.
Yeah.
Siddiqui there.
And a lot of people had not picked up on that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, the fact that these were two people from two different time periods.
Yeah.
Incidentally,
and it wasn't a mistake.
And it wasn't a mistake.
It was a deliberate thing.
Yeah. So incidentally, if you're sitting around, you're like, "What is this dumb movie?" then you should sign up for our emailing list for our newsletter, and the initial welcoming newsletter that you get will have a link to the short film in that welcoming newsletter. It's a very sneaky way of us getting your email address.
And they sign up for it how?
Oh, go to the website, www.thefableforest.com, and then at the top you support an email, and you get an email, you get a newsletter.
Thefableforest.com.
Amazing. Okay, now you have to, in your movie voice, we're going to do questions because this is the end. We got to wrap this bad boy up. Shall we do T3, S, or P? Let's not do P.
Okay.
Let's do...
do I just choose a card or...?
No, we're going to do all three.
Okay.
You, me. Which one? Should we do S? Let's do all three S's.
S's?
S's. And you have to read it. You have to read the question in your movie guy voice.
What is the movie guy voice?
You did it into the microphone a second ago.
All right.
Okay.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Did I say S? I did. One tagline for this film read, "Never let her out of your sight. Never let your guard down. Never fall in love."
Wow.
So, one tagline for this film read, "Never let her out of your sight. Never let your guard down. Never fall in love." I'm going to say Basic Instinct.
Oh. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it is. Or it's either the one with Sharon Stone or it's the one with Demi Moore. You got to guess the one with Demi Moore. If you don't have a guess.
Yes, I don't have a guess. Go with Demi Moore.
No, what is the movie with the same guy that was in what was the guy that was in Basic Instinct? Michael Douglas.
Yes.
So Michael Douglas and Demi Moore were in.
They were in a film together?
They were in. It was another sexy thriller type movie. Anyway. Okay. The Bodyguard.
Come on.
Kevin Costner.
Ah,
Ooh,
Whitney
Whitney
Houston. I love
Houston.
that film.
Come
As
on.
if I'd forget that. That's crazy.
Loser.
Shows how long ago that was.
So it looks like S is taglines. Okay, so
Okay.
go at it.
One tagline for this film. Ask the question. Are you a shallow guy?
Shallow hell. You have no idea. You can't piggyback my answer.
Shallow Hal. Can I say that?
I mean, you can, but it doesn't count. Is it Shallow Hell?
Shallow Hal.
Yes. I mean, come on.
What a dick.
Maybe one of them. One tagline for this film read, "When mom goes to work, dad goes berserk." I have no idea.
Mr. Mom? Michael Keaton?
I don't know.
Remember when he became a mom?
Mr. Mom.
No. Boom.
That's 1-1.
Bitches.
That's 1-1.
I got one.
Yeah, you did.
This is awesome. What 1971 musical featured the songs Matchmaker, Matchmaker, and If I Were a Rich Man?
If I were a rich man. I'm just guessing. Fiddle on a Rooftop. Oh,
Fiddler on the Roof.
yeah.
Not on the rooftop. Fiddler on the Roof.
Top.
Fiddler on the Roof. No top.
Okay.
We both got that one.
I'll say we both got that one. Is it even Steven right now?
Yes.
Okay, 2-2. One tagline for this film read, "Fridays will never be the same again."
Friday the 13th.
Come on, of course. Friday the 13th. We both get that one. I was going to say Friday the 13th too.
Okay. Ooh. What 1995 chick flicks ads proclaimed, "There's beauty in the patterns of life"? Not a freaking clue.
There's beauty in the patterns of life. There's that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow where she nearly misses the door.
There's beauty in the patterns of life.
1995. Holy smoke. That is like a century ago. I give up. What is it?
I haven't got it either. Oh. How to Make an American Quilt. Would
Well,
not
for
have even
shit.
known that. I know chick flicks, but come on.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna do
What
one
the
more.
hell was that?
I'm gonna do T. First one gets
Okay.
it. Sudden death. What movie involves space, an embryo, and the monolith?
I don't know. It's not Alien, is it? Not
I don't know.
2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't know.
I'm gonna say 2001: A Space Odyssey. Son of a bitch! You just threw that out there, not knowing anything. It's a 2001: A Space Odyssey. Fuck! I was like, I got this one in the bag. Got this one in the bag. Okay, go T. Read a T.
Oh.
Or not. Just look at the cards. It's fine.
I'm just
you're
trying
trying
to-
to pick one.
Am I allowed to?
Cheater.
Okay. I have no. We won't get that.
That is so unfair.
Well, no, we won't get that.
Oh, we.
Yeah. If I can't get it, he can't get it. No.
Yeah, no, because you threw it away.
What actor appeared in all of the following films? Top Gun, Bill Durham, and IQ.
Well, it's not fucking Tom Cruise. He
No,
wasn't in IQ.
and he wasn't in Bull Durham.
I don't know what Bill Durham is.
A boxing movie.
Awesome. Goose. Was the Goose guy. I don't know his name.
Maybe.
Val Kilmer.
No, that wasn't Goose. That was the other one who goes.
I know. That was
Yeah.
Iceman.
Iceman, yeah.
I'm going to go with Val Kilmer. Val. Even though I don't know.
You might be right. Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins?
Really?
Well, for shit.
He was
Okay.
in Top Gun. I just said that with a high pitch, didn't I? He was in Top Gun.
Which actress appeared in all of the following films? Ed Wood, Miami Rhapsody, and LA Story.
That that actress.
Yeah.
right?
Kim Basinger? No.
Nah.
She's
Nah.
LA
Brunette,
Confidential.
big eyes.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Looks like a horse. That one.
Can eat an apple through a burglar bars?
You know, so oddly enough, I use Sarah Jessica Parker as a way to say que sera sera. Que Sarah Jessica Parker.
That's right, you do.
I do. I like it. I met her
You met
and
her?
Matthew Broderick while I was in LA many moons ago when they were an item. Went to a little place called Kings Road Cafe.
Yes.
My friend at the time, Patrick Dempsey, told me to go there and you'll see people.
Oh.
And I did. Met some of the cast of Melrose Place. Now I'm really dating myself. And Matthew Broderick and Sarah were in there at the time. And just reading a paper, having their morning coffee. They lived in the neighborhood, and that's where they went every morning.
Cool.
No makeup, nothing. Just kind of tights on, running clothes. You know, just looked
Normal.
just all average Joe like everybody else.
Human people.
And, you know, you weren't allowed to go up to them in this place and be all, you know, can I get a picture? Can I get your autograph?
It was against the rules?
Well, it was one of their places where you want to be there, that's fine, but please just don't bother them. Let them be, because that's why they come here, so that they can be. There's no paparazzi. There's no nothing. It's just let them be.
So it's kind of like a secret little
Yeah.
hideout.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool.
That is cool. What actor was in the top grossing film in 1990, retired at age 14, and is godfather to Michael Jackson's first child?
An actor that retired at age 14? Is that what the question said?
Yeah. I mean, I have a guess, but I don't know.
And godfather to Michael's first child. Paris. Barry Gordy.
I'm going to say Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, yes. You suck.
Home Alone. I win.
You do win.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
I know.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, who retires at 14 is Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
He
Ladies.
since then did lots of drinking and drugs and all kinds of fun stuff, and has a very long face and scraggly long hair and looks like a piece of shit.
Why don't you tell us what you really think?
I think I did.
What if he's a nice guy?
I'm sure he's great. Take the damn cards.
All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, for listening and or watching episode 44, First Frames First. My name is Adrian Kornstotten.
Nice. And then today I will be Derek David Lochenbauer.
All right, Lachenbauer.
Lochenbauer.
To all you folks out there, dream big.
Be big.
Oh my God. How did you get that wrong?
I'm not going to say Jay's.
Oh, you're not going to say
hashtag.
Jay? Okay.
No, I
Okay.
am me.
Okay, let's do it. Let's make a new
Wow.
one. Let's make a new one. All right, everybody. Don't be fat.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's try a new one. All right. This is Adrian signing off. Shine bright.
Like a diamond.
I like it. Let's do it. Bye, guys. If you enjoyed, head over to our website, www.thefableforest.com. Check out our films and sign up for our newsletter where we will send you exclusive content.
Hit us up on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, always at The Fable Forest. And share our show with your friends. It'll really help us out a lot.
Dream big.
Work hard.